Good evening and welcome to Primetime News on Mitv. I am Victor Daniels. In the news, the Vice President Kashim Shettima has departed Abuja and arrived in Conakry, Guinea, to represent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the inauguration of President Mamadi Doumbouya before proceeding to Davos in Switzerland for the 56th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum. The Vice President was received on arrival in the Guinea capital by senior government officials and members of the Nigerian diplomatic corps ahead of the inauguration ceremony scheduled for Saturday, January the 17th at the GLC Stadium, Nongo. President Doumbouya's inauguration follows his victory in the December 2025 general elections, marking the formal end of Guinea's 4-year military transition. The Vice President Shettima's presence underscores Nigeria's leadership role within the economic community of West African states ECOWAS and its commitment to support Guinea's return to constitutional order. It is also aligned with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda with priorities to regional stability, democratic governance, and economic integration. Beyond diplomatic solidarity, the visit aims to deepen the bilateral economic relations, particularly trade, as Nigerian exports to Guinea, mainly manufactured goods and agricultural products, have recently increased to about $3.29 million. And the National Economic Council (NEC) has resolved to deepen engagement with key stakeholders to accelerate the non-oil revenue generation in line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic blueprint. And at its first meeting of the year, held virtually and chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima, the Council also approved the constitution of bipartisan committee to drive the implementation of the President's legacy projects, including the Lagos, Calabar and Sokoto-Badagry highways. The committee will be chaired by the Governor of Cross River State, with governors from each geopolitical zones as members. Vice President Shettima said Nigeria must urgently transition from oil dependence to non-oil economy anchored on agriculture, services, competitive manufacturing, export diversification, and private sector investment. He disclosed that non-oil sectors now account for about 96% of Nigeria's GDP and nearly 3/4 of government revenues. The Council also received a presentation from the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, outlining economic priorities for 2026, a projected growth of 4.68%, and reforms aimed at stabilizing the economy, boosting food security, strengthening the human capital, and sustaining job-rich growth. The NSC resolved to dedicate a special session to address food security challenges, particularly agricultural productivity, while commending the federal plans to unlock the high-quality jobs and entrepreneurship opportunities.
The calendar may have turned, but the consequences of our choices have not reset. They follow us into this year, demanding coherence, courage, and consistency. And it is on this note that I welcome you back to the drawing board. This moment in our journey calls for neither triumphalism nor despair. What it calls for is perspective. The Nigerian economy has traversed a difficult road over the past 1 year, but it has not traveled without progress. In 2025, our economy expanded by 3.9%, the fastest rate of growth in over a decade. Quarter by quarter, this momentum was evident. Growth strengthened from 3.13% in the first quarter to 4.23% in the second, before settling at 3.98% in the third. This is the outcome of hard decisions taken in difficult circumstances. And this is not a surprise, with a visionary like His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu leading the charge.
Today, at its meeting, the National Economic Council, which is the first in 2026, held a virtual meeting today being Thursday, 15th January 2026, which is also on the day of our Armed Forces Remembrance Day. The meeting took place late in the evening to give our excellencies, the Vice President, as well as the state governors to participate in honoring our fallen heroes. And thus the meeting, the virtual meeting, to set the tone for the year. And after discussing matters arising where the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy updated the Council on balances in the excess crude account, which is $535,823 as well as balance in the stabilization fund, which is 54.6 billion naira, and equally update on the current balance of the National Resources Development Fund, which stands at 97.4 billion naira, as well as the net off of state debt to federal government, which is 11.4 billion outstanding. Equally, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, Dr. Deborah Odo, updated the Council on the preparations for the National Economic Council Conference scheduled for the 2nd and 3rd of February at the Banquet Hall, and as well as inviting all members of NEC to...
Is as presented by the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edu. Mr. Edu did a fantastic job of summarizing the economy and what had happened in the last 1 year, culminating in growth of the economy that hadn't been seen in the past few years. The programs implemented by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, which have reduced distortion in the system, stabilized the economy, and put Nigeria on the path of sustained recovery and economic growth. The presentation also reflected global recognition that this country has received from international organizations, which has now reinforced investor confidence in the economy, which is projected to grow at close to 5% in 2026, and showing Nigeria's place with regards to global standards in compliance and anti-money laundering regulations. It's very important to emphasize the close to 5% growth in the economy. Sometimes when attention is not paid to economic growth, there may be empty growth. If your economy is growing at 4% and your population is growing at 5%, the reality is that you are actually not growing. We project that the population will grow at no more than 3%. So if we have 4.7 to 5% growth.
The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria (MAN) that the ongoing tax reforms are designed to introduce a single-digit tax regime aimed at reducing the burden of multiple taxation on businesses and citizens. Chairman, Presidential Committee on Fiscal and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, gave the assurance while engaging the stakeholders in the Nigerian manufacturing sector in Lagos at a forum themed "From Legislative Assembly to Factory Floor: What a New Tax Laws Mean for Nigerian Manufacturers." Oyedele disclosed that before the introduction of the Harmonized Tax Initiative, some states across the Federation imposed between 60 and 197 different taxes and levies on businesses. He explained that the reforms would significantly lower the overall tax burden, while still guaranteeing sustainable revenue generation for government. According to him, once state governments pass the harmonized tax bill into law, taxes would be streamlined to single digits, meaning fewer than 10 taxes payable by individuals or businesses within a given period. Oyedele also revealed that the Presidential Committee has established a framework to deepen collaboration between tax authorities and state governments, particularly in the areas of data sharing, tax intelligence, and capacity building. In their remarks, President Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Otumba Francis Mishoye, and Director General of MAN, Mr. Segun Ajayi Kadri, called on the state governments to fast-track the passage of the harmonized tax law in the interest of manufacturers and Nigerians at large.
For states to enact for themselves the taxes that they believe they should collect in line with the Constitution. So what we have done is we have worked with the Joint Revenue Board, which is all the states are represented in that board. So we work with them and develop what we call harmonized tax law for states. We sent it to the states for them to enact for themselves, and there has been very impressive progress that we have seen. I haven't seen this kind of progress in my adult life for something that's difficult but important. From Ekiti State to Anambra State to Zamfara State, Kano, Kwara, I was just told this morning. So the states are passing these laws to say no more multiple taxation. All these taxes that they collect from us all over the place are being outlawed. Part of the requirement of this new law is that nobody can collect taxes by putting a roadblock. You put wood on the road with nails. Some of them even physically assault people to collect tax.
Employment. If more employment is generated, then there'll be a lot of pay. And if the business environment is more good, more business should be there, more utilities should be paid, and so many other things, not from the manufacturer itself, but by the service provider and other people too. So it is the interest of the state government to ensure that they heed the advice or the agreement are put that they have agreed on the joint tax board of the governors and the implementation committee, so that the enact necessary laws, they ensure confidence is strengthened in the manufacturing sector, and the environment is more viable for business growth.
Successful tax policies will require full alignment between the states, the local governments, and the federal government. So the subnationals must be carried along. And happily, like he announced, we now have at least 10 states that have passed laws that are in full alignment with the federal law. So we are looking forward to more states. What this is going to do is to ensure that those nuisance taxes that have always been the bane of manufacturers, those who use untoward means of collecting tax with nail spikes and even shutting your doors and closing your factories, all those ones will soon be a thing of the past.
The federal government has banned sand mining within a 10-kilometer radius of the River Niger to protect the first and second Niger bridges. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, announced the decision on Friday in Asaba, Delta State, during the inauguration of the second Niger Bridge closed-circuit television monitoring center. Umahi said the ban was approved by the Federal Executive Council as part of efforts to safeguard a critical federal infrastructure across the country. He directed the Delta State Police Command to enforce the ban and arrest offenders. The minister also said tolling on the second Niger Bridge would not commence until all access roads on the Anambra and Delta sites of the bridge are completed. Speaking at the event, the Asaba Prof. Epiphany Ezinge commended the federal government for completing the second Niger Bridge, describing it as a project with significant social-economic benefits. Similarly, the chairman of Anambra State Council of Traditional Rulers, the Igwe of Obosi Chudubem Iweka, said the opening of the bridge has eased traffic congestion on the old Niger Bridge, especially during the Yuletide. He expressed confidence that the installation of security cameras would further boost the safety of commuters and called for the speedy completion of the access roads to the bridge. A senior advocate of Nigeria, Dr. Olisa Agbakoba SAN, has called for the immediate establishment of an independent health regulatory authority empowered to inspect health facilities, enforce standards and sanction non-compliance across the country. Dr. Agbakoba, senior partner of head of medical malpractice at Olisa Agbakoba Legal, made the call in a statement issued to the newsmen in Lagos, stressing that the reinstitution of the office of Chief Medical Officer at both federal and state levels would clear enforcement mandates. It's critical at this time. He also advocated mandatory registration and periodic inspection of all health facilities, supported by transparent reporting requirements to enhance accountability in the sector. According to the legal practitioner, Nigeria's health system is long overdue for a comprehensive overhaul, noting the need for independent investigation mechanisms with powers to assess and preserve the medical records in order to prevent tampering or alteration. He further called for comprehensive legislative reforms to update Nigerians' health laws in line with the modern standards, care, accountability, and patient protection. The Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, on Friday unveiled the theme and logo of its 2026 Annual General Conference AGC in Abuja, titled Beyond Limits. The theme urged the lawyers and stakeholders to move past complaints and actively contribute to nation building. At the unveiling at NBA House in Abuja, the chairman of the planning committee, Muhammad Abdul SAN, said the theme of this year's annual conference of the association is to call to action for every lawyer in Nigeria to rise above challenges and push boundaries. He said Beyond Limits was chosen as the theme of the conference because the bar wants to go beyond the outdated system, beyond complacency, division, fear, and societal expectations. NBA President Amazi Afam Osigwe SAN echoed the call, stressing the need to tackle economic and security crisis differently. He highlighted recent abductions of school children, threats of U.S. invasion, and Nigerians' designation as a country of particular concern. He said the theme of the 2026 agency of the NBA is a call to action from lawyers and other members of society to be part of finding solutions to Nigerian problems. The conference promises bold discussions on pushing Nigeria forward.
Has been carefully chosen by the AGCPC, and it is a call to action for every lawyer in Nigeria to rise above challenges and push boundaries. Distinguished colleagues, members of the press, the theme of the annual general conference for this year is Beyond Limits. Beyond Limits is chosen because the bar wants to go beyond outdated system, beyond complacency, division, fear, and societal expectations. It is about innovations, transcending boundaries, and achieving excellence in justice, integrity, and nation building.
In authority and persons in government to go beyond mere platitudes, to go beyond insecurity situations, recovering or rescuing those who have been kidnapped, to taking preemptive actions to ensure that will put kidnapping to an end, that will end terrorism, that the banditry and other things that ravage parts of the nations are confronted that we move out of our comfort zone and we do that which before now we have not done. The NBA believes that as partners in building a nation and finding things that work and ensuring that we enthrone the rule of law, that it is a time for us to go beyond our limits. Whatever limitations we feel placed against us or we have placed against us, this is time to dismantle those obstacles, whether they be physical or mental obstacle, political or socioeconomic.
Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt has barred the Chief Judge of the state, Justice Simon Chibuzo Amadi, from receiving or acting on any correspondence from the Rivers State House of Assembly relating to moves to impeach Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy, Prof. Ngozi Ma-Odu. The order was issued by the High Court of Oyibo Local Government Area, sitting in Port Harcourt, following the two separate suits filed by the Governor Fubara and his deputy. In the interim orders of injunction, the court restrained the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Mr. Martin Amewule, and 32 others, including the Clerk of the House and the Chief Judge, from taking any steps towards the impeachment process. Specifically, the court barred Justice Amadi from receiving, forwarding, considering, or acting on any requests, resolution, articles of impeachment, or any form of communication from the 1st to the 27th defendants for the purpose of constituting a panel to investigate the alleged misconduct against the governor and his deputy for a period of 7 days. The presiding judge, Justice F.A. Fiber Sima, gave the ruling while granting a motion ex parte in the two suits filed by the governor and his deputy. The Oba of Lagos, His Royal Majesty Oba Babatunde Rilwan Shortly Akolu I on Friday formally installed and kept 6 new Lagos White Cap chiefs, reinforcing the rich tradition, cultural continuity and enduring heritage of Lagos. The colorful ceremonies, steeped in age-long customs, drew traditional rulers, chiefs, cultural custodians and residents who thronged the ancient quarters of Lagos Island to witness the sacred rites that mark the elevation of community leaders into the prestigious White Cap Chieftaincy institution. Those installed include Bolahon Owoduni as the Ogboni Iduntafa of Lagos, Chief Ajibade Nasiru Ayeni as Electoral Dibo of Lagos, Chief Adebola Olalikon Dosumu as the Ologun of Adodo of Lagos, and Chief Yusuf Jinado as the Bachelor of Lagos, Chief Razak Abolaji Onimole as the Onimole of Lagos, and Chief Lukman Bolaji Olua as the Onisim of Lagos. A white dominated the atmosphere, symbolizing purity, peace, and spiritual authority. Various traditional and cultural displays accompanied the ceremonies with chants, drumming, and processions reflecting the spiritual weight of the occasion. After the completion of traditional rites, members of the Ogboni fraternity led the ceremony procession through the Isaliko to the palace of the Oba of Lagos, accompanied by the newly installed White Cap chiefs. At the palace, the chiefs paid the homage to the monarch and received royal blessings. The monarch invoked peace, wisdom, longevity, and prosperity, charging the chiefs to uphold the customs of Lagos, serve with humanity, and protect the unity of the land. At the Ogboni Uduntafa Palace, a further traditional rites and prayers were conducted before Chief Bolahon Oki was formally ushered into the palace, marking the symbolic commencement of his reign. The elders offered prayers for guidance, stability, and spiritual fortification as drums and chants filled the air.
kicking your year off
in all her glory.
with more, because we've got you.
You know that I got it. You get it?
We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama, we got fun.
Crazy.
We got more for everyone.
Bingo.
Come get it. Come get with us and stick with us too. And boom, there's an upgrade on us just for you.
We got you.
More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
Perfect.
For the fam, for the crew, more for you every day. Yes, we've got more of everything you need to start your year with extra joy.
Thank you.
DSTV, we've got you all the way.
You know that I got it.
Ramadan, the only month of blessings and forgiveness, is here again. This is an opportunity for corporate bodies to grow their brands and individuals to enjoy unending blessing from Allah by way of sponsoring any of our ARI programs, specially packaged for this Ramadan period. You can sponsor our call to prayer, Ramadan Tafsir, Taraweeh live from Holy Kaaba, Makkah and Medina, Iftar Family Quiz Show, dawn transmission from 3 to 7 a.m. and lots more at affordable cost. For information on how you can be part of this program, contact our marketing department for details or call any of the following lines: 0803 300 4531 or 0803 515 8756 or 002 928 0721. Ramadan Mubarak.
Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has inaugurated the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs, bringing back to life the council that had been ineffective since 2001. This follows the passing of the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs Further Amendment Bill 2025 by the State House of Assembly and signing of same into law by the governor. Recall that the lawmakers had amended clauses 5 of Section 28 of the Chieftaincy Law to make the council chairmanship rotational among the Alafin of Oyo, the Shun of Gbomosho, and the Olubadan of Ibadan land. While inaugurating the council, the Governor Makinde said he had consulted with the trio of the Alafin, the Olubadan, and the Shun, with the three of them reaching a consensus that the chairmanship should start with the Olubadan of Ibadan land, His Imperial Majesty Oba Rashidi Ladoja. The Olubadan will head the council for 2 years before one of the other two takes over. The governor said the absence of the council had robbed the traditional rulers of some benefits from the state government, and adding that with the inauguration, the council now has the right to make demands of the state government. While speaking with the journalists shortly after the inauguration, the chairman of the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, expressed appreciation to Governor Makinde for inaugurating the council after a long wait.
For 15 years running now, Oyo State, that is supposed to be setting the pace, we don't have Council of Obas and Chiefs. So I consulted because one of the issues, they truncate the Council of Obas in 2011 was the issue of the headship, rotational. So after I signed, mo pe àwọn kábíyèsí mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tí are proposed in the law láti máa rotate the Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, the kábíyèsí Olúbàdàn àti kábíyèsí Ṣọ̀ún. And the agreement ni pé they will start the rotation pẹ̀lú kábíyèsí Olúbàdàn of Ìbàdàn land. So on that basis, I hereby pronounce the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs inaugurated. Under the chairmanship of Kabiyesi, His Imperial Majesty, Olubadan of Ibadan land.
Through consultations, we can achieve more. We are closer to the people. People normally trust us because they know that we are not a partisan. We are not going to stand for elections, so there's nothing we can tell them which they will not believe because they know that it's not because we are asking for votes. We don't have tenures. So the only thing that we have is that our domains should be safe. Our domains should make progress. Our domains must be conducive to all of us who live in. We want our children to be educated. We want light, we want water, we want good roads. We want food at good prices. That is what we Obas want.
Meanwhile, the Iselu Kingdom in Yewa North local government area of Ogun State, Oba Akintunde Akinyemi, has cautioned the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Abimbola Akeem Uwade, against publicly challenging the authority of Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, over the recent inauguration of the rotational Oyo State Council of Obas. In an open letter addressed to the Alaafin and made available to the newsmen, Oba Akinyemi advised that disputes between traditional institutions and elected government should not be prosecuted on the pages of newspapers or social media, a warning that such actions could have consequences. The advice follows the Thursday inauguration of the maiden edition of the rotational Oyo State Council of Obas by Governor Makinde, with the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Adeolu Rashid Ladoja, appointed as the chairman for 2-year term. Governor Makinde had said the decision followed consultations with the Alaafin of Oyo, the Olubadan of Ibadan land, and the Son of Ogbomoso land, adding that the trio supported the appointment. However, the Alaafin was absent from the inauguration, and as a subsequent press release from his palace reportedly denied that such consultation took place. Reacting to the development, Oba Akinyemi described the palace statement as a direct challenge to the governor's integrity. A member of House of Representatives representing Koshofe Federal Constituency, Kafilat Okpara, has announced plans to empower 1,000 constituents across Lagos State. Okpara disclosed this while speaking with the newsmen, explaining that Koshofe Mega Empowerment Initiative is a deliberate effort aimed at empowering the people and strengthening local communities. She said the program is thoughtfully designed to support youths, women, artisans, traders, and small business owners by providing tools, opportunities, and resources that will enhance livelihoods and drive economic growth within the Koshofe Federal Constituency. The lawmaker noted that the initiative will focus on individuals who have already undergone prior skill training in various trades, as well as low-income earners and other vulnerable constituents who deserve additional support. The All Progressive Congress APC chieftain, while justifying calls for the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said the president has made a significant impact through initiatives such as the student loan scheme, tax reforms, approval of state police, a notable infrastructural achievement, and the promotion of political stability.
This empowerment initiative is thoughtfully designed to support our youths, women, artisans, traders, and small business owners by providing tools, opportunities, and resources that will strengthen livelihoods and drive growth across Koshofe Federal Constituency. It is not a routine exercise of sharing items. No, not at all. A lot of us will recall that about a year ago, I sponsored some of our artisans, mechanics, this NATA Mountain Association. We sponsored them all the way to Abeokuta to go and learn how to be trained in CNG conversion so that they are, compliant with what mechanical activity is in the future. So a lot of these our mechanics will be empowered with the tools for them to work on their own to convert, vehicles to CNG. Also, we had some of our young ladies that were trained by Slick Makeup Studio or Makeup Outfit, let me put it that way. In Victoria Island, they were trained how to, be professional makeup artists. So all these people will be empowered. We also had a lot of our artisans. We remember when we brought Bosch, one of the best tool makers in the world. They came to Koshofe to train a lot of our artisans. Some of these artisans will be going away with Bosch tools. All those initiatives that we took then to train them, they were not just for content creation. They were deliberate actions, deliberate intentions to empower our people. And they were definitely designed for a day like this, for 25th of January.
And that's it on the local news. We'll now take a short break. When we come back, we'll give you some stories in the foreign scene.
Ramadan, the only month of blessings and forgiveness, is here again. This is an opportunity for corporate bodies to grow their brands and individuals to enjoy unending blessing from Allah by way of sponsoring any of our ARI programs, specially packaged for this Ramadan period. You can sponsor our call to prayer, Ramadan Tafsir, Taraweeh live from Holy Kaaba, Makkah and Medina, Iftar Family Quiz Show, Dawn Transmission from 3 to 7 a.m. and lots more at affordable cost. For information on how you can be part of this program, contact our marketing department for details or call any of the following lines: 0803-300-4531 or 0803-515-8756 or 002-928-0721. Ramadan Mubarak.
Welcome back on the foreign scene. A senior member of the Ugandan opposition on Friday said the security forces stormed his home the previous day as the country held elections, shooting dead 10 members of his campaign team. Uganda had elections under an internet blackout on Thursday, with President Yoweri Museveni accused by right groups of brutal repression against the opposition as he seeks to extend his 40 years in power. Kivumbi said that he was emotionally broken by the attack, which occurred after hundreds of his supporters had gathered at his home after voting ended. Many fled as security forces stormed the compound, but officers fired through the door of a garage where 10 campaign agents were hiding, and said that Kivumbi's wife, Zahara Nampeo, a law professor, and his wife, security forces had taken the bodies from their home, but the couple told the journalists that they had confirmed the death toll of 10 from a local hospital. It was not possible to receive images from the scene because the government has imposed an internet blackout during the election. The couple said that there had been a heavy security deployment around them in the days leading up to the election, and the team had been attacked. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Friday that he may impose a trade tariff on countries that don't support his plans to take over Greenland as part of territory of NATO ally Denmark. Trump said at Health Roundtable at the White House that he may put a tariff on countries if they don't go along with Greenland because the U.S. need Greenland for national security. Trump compared the possible Greenland tariffs to those that he threatened in France and Germany last year over the price of pharmaceutical products. The threat is the latest pressure tactics by Republican Trump as he steps up his bid to acquire the autonomous Arctic island, a goal that he has threatened to achieve by military means if necessary. Trump claims the United States need a mineral-rich Greenland and has accused the Greenland of not doing enough to ensure its security against the rivals Russia and China. The U.S. Central Intelligence Agency head John Ratcliffe traveled to Venezuela and meet the leader Delcy Rodriguez, a U.S. administration official said on Friday, in the highest-level American visit since the fall of Nicolas Maduro. President Donald Trump sent a spy chief to Caracas on Thursday for a meeting that lasted approximately 2 hours. A U.S. source said that less than 2 weeks after Maduro and his wife were seized in a U.S. military operation, the official added that Ratcliffe and Rodriguez discussed potential opportunities for economic collaboration and that Venezuela can no longer be a safe haven for America's adversaries, especially the narco-traffickers. The visit came a day after Trump spoke to Rodriguez for the first time and on the same day that Venezuela opposition leader Maria Corina Machado presented Trump with a Nobel Peace Prize at the White House. Trump has so far backed Rodriguez, Maduro's former vice president and a former vocal ally of the ousted leader, to stay in charge so long as Venezuela oil keeps flowing. We now take a short break. When we'll come back, we'll give you some stories in sport. And in sport, Manchester City have agreed a deal in principle to sign Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi as they battle a defensive crisis. Reports said on Friday the England defender, 25 years of age, was close to joining Liverpool on a transfer deadline day in September before the move collapsed. And all the clubs reportedly interested in Guehi, including Liverpool once again and Bayern Munich, were understood to be targeting the move at the end of the season when Guehi was due to be a free agent. Pep Guardiola, speaking on the eve of City's match against Manchester United, was tight-lipped when asked about the club's potential interest in Guehi, stressing that he had nothing to say. A City boss, Guardiola, whose team is second in the Premier League, 6 points behind Arsenal, said the team were desperately short of the defensive options. And Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner confirmed on Friday that he will leave the Premier League club when his contract expires at the end of the season. The Australian led the Eagles to the first major trophy by winning the FA Cup last season. Glasner, who also won the Europa League with Eintracht Frankfurt in 2022, has been linked with managerial jobs at Manchester United and Tottenham. The 51-year-old arrived at Selhurst Park in February 2024 and guided Palace out of relegation places and into a 10th place finish last season. They finished 12th but produced arguably the club's greatest moment by beating Manchester City 1-0 at Wembley to lift the FA Cup. Glasner has consistently voiced his frustration this season at not having a big squad to work with, as they have run out of steam in recent weeks after a bright start to the campaign. Palace are winless in their past 9 games, culminating in an embarrassing FA Cup exit to 6th-tier Macclesfield last weekend. And that's where we draw the curtain on tonight's news. I remain Victor Daniels. Good night.
Ramadan, the only month of blessings and forgiveness, is here again. This is an opportunity for corporate bodies to grow their brands and individuals to enjoy unending blessing from Allah by way of sponsoring any of our ARI programs, specially packaged for this Ramadan period. You can sponsor our call to prayer, Ramadan Tafsir, Taraweeh live from Holy Kaaba, Makkah and Medina, Iftar Family Quiz Show, dawn transmission from 3 to 7 a.m. and lots more at affordable cost. For information on how you can be part of this program, contact our marketing department for details or call any of the following lines: 0803-300-4531 or 0803-515-8756 or 002-928-0721. Ramadan Mubarak.
Biliki, I understand you and Daddy are quite close in class.
Yes, I'm close to brilliant mates. No other things attached to.
The guy's not here. Who did he park the car? This is where I normally park the car now.
Dino, you have been locked in. You can only come out from the driver's side. So come out with your hands up now.
Get ready to ignite the sparks of curiosity and adventure. Little Sparks, the ultimate children investigative drama series. Meet Abby, Bayo and John, the three young friends who take on the role of amateur detectives, solving mysteries, theft, bullying, and making a positive impact in their estate. With the unique blend of entertainment, education, and social value, Little Sparks is a perfect show for the family. Don't miss Little Sparks. Proudly sponsored by Checkers Custard.
The other is requesting for tickets and it's going wild.
Yes!
Man, you resemble your father.
In that case, I was a special order. Who is this Homo sapien?
Oh, you mean that hippopotamus? You want to spoil my children?
You're welcome to the biggest fight of the century. My name is Zain and I'll be your commentator for this match.
Papi!
I'll record a song for you.
Can you even read or write?
Not be wrong guess, you be.
This na my real face.
No!
Start singing for me.
You and I will be as one.
Gómìnà Ganiu Nọ́fíù èkè alápinni òòṣà ikú lódò ọmọ akúlómi lómi ó kú sílé ta ó dákun ògógó sùn wọ́n ṣe bí kúkú ló kù ìgámọdé ọmọ àfẹlẹjà gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ mi pátá pàápàá gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Odùduwà pátá mo rọ̀ yín mo pè yín mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ máa wo ojú ayé rèé ojú ayé rèé ní MITV níjọ́ Sunday lálálẹ́ ọgbọ́n máa wà ń bẹ̀ pẹ̀lú làákàyè tó péye oríṣiríṣi ìtàn àwọn ènìyàn lẹ máa bá pàdé tó jẹ́ òtítọ́ níbẹ̀ tọ́rọ̀ bá dẹ̀ tún rú ẹ lójú ìwọ pé àwọn elétò yìí wọ́n á tún bá ẹ dá sí ojú ayé rẹ̀ la gbé ètò náà ní Mitv ní alaalẹ́ Sunday ọmọdé àti àgbà ẹ máa bá mi wo ojú ayé rẹ̀ ní Mitv ní alẹ́ Sunday ètò náà kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n púpọ̀ ojú ayé rẹ̀ àníjọ tójú ayé mọ́lẹ̀ o ire o.
Why did you offer to pay for everything?
It'll look good for the news. The headline: Bobby Sniper rebuilds home of elderly person.
You can't afford to drop the ball now or back out.
You know we barely have enough. That's like 4 years of my salary.
I do not want a solo career, okay? So drop it.
Come back here. Who told you I was done talking to you?
It's a super story, a life of strife and sorrows. It's a super story of good food and houses, where the fish drowns.
Bobby was just tipsy and upset from the fall.
Bobby, I can't seem to find the next.
Commander, what's going on here? Why do you have your things scattered all over the place? Your slippers on my bed? How much would I give you for a night?
Are you mad?
Esther, you know they even lock your door. Okay!
You are a thief.
Mother
Now that Victoria friend will get big front and back. So I said, look, they go. I just.
The remaining 2 minutes are for you.
Because I'm owing you money. Calm down. You should have thought about that before going to buy a phone that you cannot afford.
I will bite you if I not giving me my money be lightness. But
this is okay. I like the way you say Vicky. I even like the way you go Vicky. I did it again. Vicky.
Face to face is another way of life for this country.
Ó wèrè mi kó gẹrí ọ̀nà rẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀. Ó wù mí kí n défìlà wáyé àyìn wá lóògùn wálé ni.
Ìtọ́ yẹ kọ́kùn ìṣẹ́nu ilé lálẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣe ìyàwó wọn wọ́n jí tààràtà. Èwo ló ń ṣe ń bẹ̀?
Bọ́lá ti tó. Ó ní gbogbo ìdílé mi fà kalẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́yìn náà ti mọ̀.
Ó di dandan kọ́ ọgbà torí wípé ìwọ náà àgbà oyè ni ọ́.
Wọ́n sì lójú alákòóso àná le.
Ó le. Nígbà tí a ti gbọ́njú tó jẹ́ pé bàbá ra nǹkan púpọ̀ báyìí owó díẹ̀ báyìí la ó fi ra.
Wọ́n fi ojú àgbàrá wo kúdẹ tí o torí ẹni tó dánrú ẹ̀wò lọ́jọ́ kìíní àná yọmọjà gbé lọ.
Alákòóso tuntun mi ti wà lórí oyè. Òun wádìí bá a ṣe ṣèjọba lánàá. Wo lọ́jọ́ kìíní àná táwa náà débẹ̀ olóríṣiríṣi nǹkan tá a bá ń bẹ̀ tí ọ̀dà èyí tá a fojú fò ló pọ̀ jù.
Mo sọ fún ọ pé mo ti lẹ́ni tí mo fẹ́ lò nígbà tí wọ́n bá sọ̀kalẹ̀ lórí àpèrè Bánjí tí mo fẹ́ lò fàlákòóso.
My mother's name is Mary. Not only that, my sister is Mary. Apart from that, my great-grandmother is Mary as well.
And you will name your own daughter
Mary!
Mother of Jesus.
Are you serious?
What is this now?
Jesus Christ! Hey!
Holy Mary! I see the pain for your head. Just follow me and start your household chores.
It's when them bomb me, I swear with my papa, I never shit man, no flusher. In fact, if Ochiko enter at the come up here, they come up.
Before you begin, I want to show you something.
Wait this. My Bible with this.
Yes, the word of God.
You give that up. Let him alone. Leave alone. You are the. She's carrying me. They're looking at her. She's carrying me and looking at her.
I will never ever look at anything on that skirt again in my life.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory. With more, because we've got you. You know that I got it. I get it. We got kicks. We got scores. We got action. We got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama. We got fun. Crazy. We got more for everyone. Bingo. Come get it. Come get with us and stick with us too. And boom, there's an upgrade on us just for you.
We got you.
More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
Perfect.
For the fam, for the crew, more for you every day. Yes, we've got more of everything you need to start your year with extra joy.
Thank you.
DSTV, we've got you all the way.
You know that I got